It's late, the house is quiet, and your body is completely exhausted. You've been running all day and you deserve rest. But the second your head hits the pillow, your mind opens for business, racing through things you said last Tuesday and bills due next week. Evolution hard-coded this behavior. For our ancestors, scanning for threats at night kept them alive. Today, that same survival system remains active, even when the immediate dangers are gone. Your brain is simply following a script written for a much more dangerous world. Tonight, we are going to interrupt that script. We are going to build a 5-minute evening calm routine that uses applied neuroscience to manually power down that threat detection system so you can actually sleep. To make this work tonight, you only need 2 tools. Go grab a notebook and a pen. I'll show you exactly how we're going to use them. Your brain operates a massive neural system known as the default mode network. Think of it as your brain's autopilot. The moment you stop focusing on an active task, like when you lie down in the dark, this network turns on. Researchers at Harvard University discovered that this network is responsible for self-referential thinking. It naturally pulls up your past memories, future anxieties, and identity-based worries the moment your external world goes quiet. This chart compares the ideal downward-sloping curve of nighttime cortisol against a flat-lined, elevated line of modern chronic stress. The white line shows what your stress hormones should do as evening approaches, but the red line shows reality. After a day of screens, news, and deadlines, your cortisol stays elevated well into the night. High cortisol at 2 a.m. means your brain is chemically locked in survival mode. You simply cannot force yourself to stop thinking when your body believes it is still fighting a battle. To bypass that survival mode, we have to set strict boundaries. Step 1 is the worry window. I want you to pick a 15-minute block between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. to actively, intentionally worry. Scheduling this time retrains your brain to isolate anxiety to a daytime boundary. When a stressor pops up at night, your mind has a clear instruction to file it away for the designated window, preventing it from spreading across your entire night. Step 2 happens exactly 5 minutes before you get into bed. This is the cognitive offload. You're going to take that notebook and pen you gathered earlier. Open the notebook and write down your top 3 lingering worries. Next to each one, write down a single, highly specific action you can take tomorrow to address it. Do not solve the problem now, simply define the next step. Then, physically close the notebook. Your brain keeps thoughts circulating in working memory so you don't forget them. This kinetic act sends a signal that the information has been captured and stored, allowing the brain to release its grip. Together, the worry window and the cognitive offload strip the nighttime agenda bare. Your brain no longer has to expend energy tracking unresolved problems. Now that the mind is clear, we address the physical stress response. Step 3 is the 4-7-8 breathing reset, a clinical technique developed by Dr. Andrew Weil to manually override your autonomic nervous system. Breathe in quietly through your nose for 4 seconds to gather oxygen. Hold that breath for 7 seconds, allowing oxygen to saturate your bloodstream. Finally, exhale slowly for 8 seconds, triggering your vagus nerve, the body's off switch for stress. This sequence forces cortisol levels to drop and slows your heart rate. It chemically shifts your body from a state of fight or flight into one of rest and digest. Repeating this cycle 4 times provides a manual brake pedal for your nervous system. You are no longer waiting for sleep to happen. You are creating the biological conditions for it. Even with these tools, a stressful thought will occasionally break through at 2 a.m. When that happens, you need a cognitive defense. Step 4 is the observer method, derived from the ancient Vipassana meditation practice. It is based on the principle of experiencing sensations without being controlled by them. When a worry appears in the dark, the automatic instinct is to fight it or chase it. The observer method asks you to simply notice the thought's presence. You acknowledge it exists, like a sound in the distance, without feeling the need to react. Imagine your mind is the vast, quiet sky. These thoughts are just passing weather. Left alone, they will naturally move across the horizon and dissolve. This approach allows the thoughts to exist without requiring a response. By lowering the stakes of a single thought, You prevent the secondary spike of anxiety that usually keeps you awake. You now have a complete 4-part toolkit: the scheduled boundary, the physical offload, the biological brake pedal, and the observer mindset. These interventions work because they target specific physiological and cognitive systems. By consistently using these tools, you are training your brain to exit a state of chronic alertness and enter a state of recovery. Start tonight. Take your notebook and pen and place them on your nightstand right now. Your body has worked hard today. The fears and the tasks will still be there tomorrow, but they will be easier to handle because you will be rested. You have permission to let go.